Hey guys, so I'm gonna paint the hooded rider that goes on top of the horse, and I'm starting with a black blue mix with a dry brush. That way I get very smooth coverage, and it's just gonna be the base coat. So I'm not trying to do anything fancy. Most of the model is just the robe, so I'm just covering the entire model. Not too worried about what direction the brush strokes are going. Just make sure everything is completely covered. And here I'm going in with the same black blue mix, adding a little bit more blue. This model has very prominent edges on the robe, so I'm just using the side of my brush and I'm going over just the high points, and this is going to be the start to the highlights. And I'm going to go over essentially every ridge and corner on the robe with this black blue mix. And now that all the corners of the robe are covered, I'm going to go back with essentially pure blue and looking straight down, go over mostly the same spots that I can see looking straight down, and these are going to be my highlights. And now that the highlights are done on the robe, I'm going to switch over to pure black and fill in the face hole, hood, whatever you want to call it, just so it's completely blacked out. Pretty simple. And then after the hood is completely blacked out, I'm moving over to a red-brown for the skin tone. And I'm going to be honest, my memory card was full at this point, so this is all you're going to see. And the skin is pretty simple. I just kept adding a off-white to this color and gradually worked up the skin tones to the highlights. And then after I'm done with the skin, I move over to the boots and the rope around the waist, and I use a orange-brown type color and completely cover it, and I highlight it with a mix of beige and off-white. Nothing too fancy, just trying to get some highlights and depth without drawing too much attention from the robe. And for the sword, I base coat it black, and then I use a gunmetal and I cover the whole thing, and then using my light directly above it, I find where the highlights are and I move over to a silver color and I go over just the highlights that are shining in my light, and that's it. Here is my hooded rider, and thank you for watching.